Hey everybody, it's me making another video. I know I was gonna make a video when I got off work, but I guess I'm off. I guess I had a day off at work today. Didn't know that I was gonna be off today. Just came into work and then found out I wasn't on the schedule. But let's get off that topic. I'm making a video now. Thought I'd get that out of the way and just give you this new video, which is gonna be about wrestling, and it's gonna be why did SmackDown get another superstar while ECW didn't get any other wrestler in return. See, the thing about this, I seen this on 411 Mania. Sorry about that. I seen this on 411 Mania, and the thing that bothered me about this is, we already knew that Matt Hardy was gonna turn on his brother because of how the storyline was going. But what we didn't know was, well, we already knew he was gonna move to SmackDown. My problem with this move is, why didn't ECW get any other wrestler in return? There's like 6 wrestlers, and I'll give you the list in just a few minutes. There's like 6 wrestlers. Well, one of the 6 wrestlers they could have got in return for Matt Hardy. Instead, ECW again looks weak a little bit because really you got no other main eventer, no other guy you can build around with the exception of Jack Swagger, because he's a big name star and WWE's already pushing him, and he'll be a future world champion or future WWE champion in the next 6 or 7 years, so that's understandable. But why can't you get another person to build ECW around? Because all you got in ECW is you got mostly all heels, and the only face you got is Finley. I mean, that's the only heel you got. The only face you got is Finley and Tommy Dreamer. Why can't they get another guy to build ECW around and build him and make him a star? That's what I don't understand, why the WWE didn't go this route. Why the WWE did this, because they make their own product, ECW, which is one of the best shows on Tuesday, one of the best wrestling shows to watch, with the exception of SmackDown as well. One of the best wrestling shows to watch, and now it's gonna turn some people off because, well, like I said, Jack Swagger, he's a good wrestler. I don't have a problem with him. It's just, again, you got no other guy to build ECW around, and that's what WWE missed the boat on. And again, they make ECW look weak, and the only strong person on there is, like I said again, Jack Swagger and Tommy Dreamer and Finley. Well, Jack Swagger's a heel, but the only faces you got are Tommy Dreamer and Finley. The only push faces you got are those two. So why couldn't WWE do that? Get a superstar from SmackDown. Do a trade, like sort of like how they did the Triple H trade, where they traded him back to SmackDown and they got another superstar in return back in 2004, I believe. Not when Triple H came to SmackDown, but when Triple H got traded to SmackDown, then he got traded back to Raw. They could have did something like that, but instead they just ruined it, and now they didn't get anything in return. Well, let me give you the 6 superstars that WWE could have got in the SmackDown trade. Well, this trade from ECW to SmackDown, with who they could have got from Matt Hardy, basically. At number 1, I got MVP. WWE could have did a lot of good things with MVP, with the gimmick, him going into ECW, going into the storyline with him, and then having him go through most of the guys in ECW as a face, and then have him feud with Jack Swagger, and then have him win the title, and then see how it works with him being world champion on there, and then just make it, well, yeah, have him win the ECW title and just test the waters to see if he be ready to win the world title or the WWE title. That's what they could have did. Or you could have brought Vladimir Kozlov from SmackDown to ECW. He's not really doing much on SmackDown except being Triple H's bitch. You could have brought him to ECW. You could have made him run through the roster and then have him go one-on-one with Jack Swagger. I know that'd be weird having a heel versus heel, but you can build him. You can build him, and he can improve more by going over to ECW. Just look at look at the superstars who've been on ECW and now went on to Raw or SmackDown and improved. I mean, you got John Morrison. Well, he's still ECW, but technically he's gonna move from ECW. You got CM Punk. He was in ECW, then went on to win the ECW title, then went on to Raw and won the world title. Even though his world title reign was shit, he still went on to win the big gold. I mean, you could do it with him by having him test the waters with him on ECW. That's what they could have did. Or you could have brought Jimmy Wayne Yang. I mean, you could have done some good stuff with him because he's not being used right on SmackDown. He's just being used he's just a jobber, and he's just jobbing to all the stars, and there's no room really left for him on SmackDown with the SmackDown roster full of main eventers, and there's no room for cruiserweights. I mean, you could have brought him in there. Well, you got the Brian Kendrick, but he's moved up from cruiserweight. You could have brought him. He could have did some good things on ECW, even though he probably wouldn't have won the ECW title, but still could have did some good things and had some good matches. Could have brought Hurricane Helms over there to ECW. He could have did some good things. You could have pushed him a little bit. Had him have a feud with Jack Swagger. I mean, test the waters with him to see if he'd be a good champion. Then there's R-Truth. I mean, he's not really doing much. I mean, he was in the U.S. title picture, but he's not in there anymore. He's been in the main event. He's in the main event, but I mean, like I said, the main event's too full for him. So you could have moved him to ECW and test the waters with him and see how well he does in ECW, and then move him back to either SmackDown or move him to Raw and let him go on from there. And then you could have brought Ryan Braddock, who I don't know that much about, but you could have built him as a fresh new star, put him on ECW and build him and push him and test the waters with him. See, these are like 6 superstars who the WWE could have tested the water with, and they could have been used in different roles on ECW, but the WWE didn't do that. So instead, in the end, in this trade, SmackDown ends up looking dominant on this trade, and ECW again looks weak. It makes ECW look weak, and ECW's weak in this trade, in this transaction. So yeah, that's what I think they should have did, but they didn't do that, and it's a shame because new stars could have been built with this trade, but instead SmackDown is getting a new superstar, and ECW doesn't get anything. Anyhow, that's giving you my quick video on why did SmackDown gain another superstar and ECW didn't gain nothing, and why I thought you could have built something on it by exchanging superstars, but WWE didn't do that. They didn't take that route, and I felt it would have made sense, and the guy would have looked good who they would have brought to ECW, but it didn't happen that way. Anyhow, thank you for watching my video. You can rate, comment, make a video response. I want to hear what you gotta say if you want to. And then for some of you who have seen my video, feel free to haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe, because I get to everything and I don't hold anything back and I don't leave anything out in my videos. And for some of you who have subscribed, look out for more new good videos like this and some good things along the way. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you like my video, and I hope to see you next video. And the next video or whatever, I mean, you can interact with me or whatever. I'll send my MySpace account or my MSN account so you can connect with me, ask me anything you want, because pretty soon I'm going to start a Q&A segment pretty soon when I get enough subscribers, and you can ask me from there on there. Until then, thank you for watching my video, and I'm out. Peace.